What's up, everybody? Luke Film Boss here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Matthew Vaughn's new movie, Argyle. And Matthew Vaughn has a pretty good track record, and Argyle is anything but good. It is a weird mess of a film. The plot is very unoriginal. It's like this spy thriller comedy, and it's very inconsistent. Like, there's some decent things here, but overall, it's like not decent. It's a pretty bad film. It kind of reminds me a lot of the Lost City movie that came out a little while ago with Sandra Bullock, only that movie was good and this movie is just terrible. Basically, the plot is this author makes these books that she thinks are fiction about this spy named Argyle, and it turns out that what she's writing is actually true. It's actual events that happened with these spies in the real world. And so now, because she needs to write her next book, these spies who want to know what happens are trying to get her so she can write the next chapter or something like that, so that they can find out this location of something that's going to happen. I'll get more into that. But then there's this other spy who's like trying to protect her, and all this stuff unfolds. And for the first third of the movie is just like this basic boring spy movie with some generic action scenes, and it's like, okay, it's generic spy stuff, okay. Then the middle portion, we actually start to get some of the plot twists, and it was enough to entertain me and keep me interested, even though it wasn't the most original stuff. Like, basically, the main character, the author, Ellie Conway, her parents end up being the evil spies, and she thinks that the good guy spy that's with her is actually evil, but then it's later revealed that some of the stuff you said that made her think that was only because she isn't actually Ellie Conway. She's this other, like, super secret agent whose name is, like, Rachel Kyle. So her name is Argyle, and that's where the name Argyle came from, even though technically at the end it's revealed that Argyle is an actual agent, so I don't know how that makes sense, but whatever, let's keep going. And so Agent Argyle was actually a spy, and so all of her books were actually based off of stuff that she experienced in real life. And this other spy that was trying to save her from the evil spies, he was her partner. And so she finds out that she was brainwashed and all this stuff, and that she was writing these books so that the evil spies could find out where this secret file is that could, if it's exposed, ruin their organization and expose who all is evil and all this stuff. That's the stuff. And it's like a basic, generic, semi-interesting at time spy thriller. And then you get to the third act, and this movie just gets really, really weird. It all starts when Agent Argyle thinks that she was actually one of the villain spies, and so she shoots her partner. But if it turns out that she was actually shot him in a place that wasn't actually going to kill him, because she was actually not going with the evil people, and so she's actually still good. And then she reunites with the good guy spy, and then there's these weird, cringy, tonally awkward, tonally off action scenes, like this one romance dance gunfight between Agent Argyle and the other spy because they're in love. And so there's all of these different clouds of color, and then you have these weird face shots, and it's so weird. I'm just sitting there like, this looks awful. It looks weird. It's the characters just aren't acting real. How on earth did they know what to do in this gun dance? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's so out of place in this movie. And then there's this little ice skating bit in the movie where, like, wait, was I actually an ice skater? Because they said that like one time in this movie, and all of a sudden she's a pro ice skater, and she's ice skating with knives attached to her boots, and there's like oil all over the floor, and so she's ice skating on oil with knives on her boots while shooting people. The CGI in that scene is just really bad, and it looks so weird. Not only is it just doesn't make sense, it looks weird, and it's just out of nowhere, these random scenes. And then the ending is she's still got the brainwash stuff, and so the other good guy spy has to fight her because she's brainwashed, and it's like trying to be emotional. He's like, don't do this, I know who you are on the inside. And then in the end they just beat each other up, and then there's other plot twist stuff. It's a mess. The setup and payoff was just not there. There was some interesting stuff that started to happen, and then it just like falls flat in the last third of this movie, and it's just the most awkward, weirdest, just inconsistent film. It's just bad. There's no actual tension or stakes or emotional connection to anybody in this movie. It's just weird. And at the end, Henry Cavill with a mullet is probably the greatest crime to cinema that I have seen in a while. Like, seeing Henry Cavill with a curly mullet is worse than watching Peter Pan and Wendy and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania back to back. That just is a crime to humanity and cinema. Just don't give us this rotting corpse of a movie with a weird ending that somehow connects itself to the Kingsman franchise. Like, come on. You're gonna tell us that the Kingsman and Argyle are in the same universe? What are you talking about? What in the world? It's just a lame attempt to where everything has to be connected anymore, and you can't have a standalone movie. It has to be connected to a bigger franchise. The movie is bad. This movie it's just not the stuff. Matthew Vaughn has a good track record. He has a very successful career. He's made some decent movies, and I think they just were like, okay, you made these successful movies, you made some good movies, you made a lot of money in the past. Just here's like $200 million. Make this whatever movie you want to make, and this is what we get. It's just him, Matthew Vaughn, having a heyday, making the most weird, random stuff that he probably had fun making. Like, sure, the romance gun dance thing was probably fun for him to make, even though it looks and just feels cringe. And the ice skating stuff, even though once again it looks terrible, he probably had a lot of fun with that. Like, what if my character just ice skates on oil while shooting thugs? That would be fun, right? Matthew Vaughn can make whatever movie he wants, but if he expects people to like this, come on, dude. This movie is trash. It's not good. So I'm going to give Argyle a 35% overall enjoyment and quality. It's a movie. Like, there's merit there, like silly, dumb fun, but overall, it's just a terrible movie. Like, I was so uninvolved with the story by the time the third act got around. It's like, why should I even care about what's going on anymore? So that's my thoughts on Argyle. If you watched it, what did you think? I have been Luke Film Boss. Thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.